What's up, good people? Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Jobu Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. Hope everybody's having a great day. I'm actually in the kitchen here about to make some clam chowder I've got an Eagle fan. I get an Eagle fan that's sitting on my couch right now. Yeah. She's like, can I get some clam chowder? Anyway, we have some news. The Dallas Cowboys keep their streak alive, signing a free agent each and every day. Because the Cowboys are basically saying, you can't say to us that we ain't doing some work because we signing somebody every day. And the Cowboys have now signed an experienced wide receiver. Now, I'm okay. I'm gonna go ahead and play devil's advocate here, because most of the signings the Cowboys did last year were guys that had been basically, we waited till like training camp and after training camp. We hired more guys from the USFL, and we've had some luck with that, so I'm not going to poo poo that. I'm not going to poo poo it. But we also brought in a lot of guys who were, thought to be better than what they actually played, okay? Journeyman players, and players that had been out the league for a year or two, and guys that didn't have a lot of experience. We basically kicked the tires on the bottom basement. So this time, the Cowboys have stepped up, and I will say, from my vantage point, I would rather bring in guys now before OTAs start than to bring them in after training camp. Because see, Carl Lawson might have had a monster season last year if he'd been brought in at this time of the year and been able to get in shape before the season started and understand what the plays were. Instead, we bring him in at the end of training camp where there really aren't that many practices. There really aren't. And so you're behind the curve of getting in shape and learning the system. So the Cowboys have now signed a new wide receiver who originally was drafted by the Indianapolis Colts, and he was an Eagle, Paris Campbell. Paris Campbell, who's played in like 49 games, has some catches. He's got like 1,100 yards. I think he had 6 catches last year for the Eagles. I don't know if he was on the team, on the roster still, when they won the Super Bowl, if he's getting a ring or not. But he has been on the Eagles team, so maybe he can give us a little intel. That's a little bonus there. And it may end up being that he ends up being a camp body. But then again, he may have more yards than Jonathan Mingo, who we gave up a 4th round pick for. So the Cowboys are, at least, you have to look at this and say, they are trying to address every section that the Cowboys had a need in. We went out there, we said running back was an issue, although we let go Rico Dowdle, okay? And we ended up bringing in Miles Sanders. A lot of fans are like, really, that's it? Miles Sanders and Javonte Williams, okay? You could say that we had a problem at wide receiver, and Leo, of course, is sending me, thank you, Leo, I appreciate it. Leo is sending me a link right now on it. But we can say that we needed a true number 2 wide receiver. I don't think Paris Campbell is going to be the one, but it definitely gives you some more depth. And I want to say this is like the 10th wide receiver we have on the roster. But you have one great one, and you have a bunch of guys, and one that's above average in Jalen Tolbert. So we still have work to do on that. You brought in offensive linemen. Okay, I think 2 offensive linemen. One who has started all the games last year for Miami. I can't remember his name at the moment. You brought in some defensive line help. You brought in like Dante Fowler, which I think is a good move. Who he's not ready to be a starter. He's a rotational piece. And we've, of course, traded for 2 linebackers. So you can look at this and say the Cowboys are trying to plug all the holes that they created last year, but not re-signing people. And they're trying to do this on a budget. So when you look at all these things, none of these guys we've signed have been more than a $4 million a year type player. In fact, $4 million is stretching it for most of them. I think we got one that's that much. But I do like the fact that they are at least getting in here and trying to make picks. The problem is people want name players. People want name players. They want players that they know. When you hear, Cooper Kupp, you say, oh, yeah, I remember Cooper Kupp. He won a Super Bowl and was MVP. But that's not the same guy now that he was 3 years ago or 4 years ago. You say, oh, man, a Von Miller. But Von Miller, or I'll say Joey Bosa. I've been killing Joey Bosa. But Joey Bosa, that's a name. If I said, man, the Cowboys signed Joey Bosa, you would get excited as shit. You would. You weren't quite as excited with Dante Fowler, but Dante Fowler blew what Joey Bosa did last year away. And this is one of those things that maybe that, Paris Campbell with the right situation and a better quarterback than Jalen Hurts, with a better quarterback than Jalen Hurts like Dak Prescott, that Paris Campbell might end up being a better wide receiver and also getting more opportunities in the Cowboys offense because, he had Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown in front of him and Saquon. So there wasn't a lot of opportunities. So, I'm trying to sell you some shit. I'm trying to sell you some shit. I get it, okay? But that's what we got. We Cowboys, okay? We the ones that create all the drama and all the noise and everything else. When somebody else hires Paris Campbell, it's not breaking news. It's not. Nobody gives a rat's ass about former Eagles. Nobody cares about Eagle former players unless they're going to the Cowboys. And she's ignoring me because they're watching the movie. That's why this shit is so loud, making it hard for brother to do a video. But you know how Eagle fans are. They think they own the motherfucker. They turned it off. They must be listening. I'm about to get my teeth kicked in by an Eagle fan. Help. Please. Not in my own house. Anyway, now y'all didn't have to turn that off. Oh. See, and I thought it was all about me. Somebody got a phone call, and that's why they turned it off. See, I get no respect. No respect. They don't respect me. They don't respect me. No, you don't. No, they're all sitting on the couch waiting to be fed like baby birds, like eagle birds. Look, she's like, fly, 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 feed me, fly. They don't, no respect. I was sitting there like, oh, they're being nice. They're turning the music down. But it is what it is. So, anyway, I got some soup to make here, and I've got a pan of lasagna I got to cook and things. And if you want to figure out how I do my clam chowder, this is not the Manhattan that I did last time. This is New England clam chowder from the Red Brick House. And it is tasty and delicious. And you get some rosemary garlic bread with this. It's to die for. It's to die for. All right, so what I'm going to probably do, I'm just getting back on track from this week of mourning and stuff like that, is I will start doing a breakdown of all the players. And we've signed so many. It's like, damn, doing like one or two of these a day so we can start to get to know these guys and see how long they stay on the roster. Alrighty, good people. I got some soup to make. Peace out.